We are a few months into X-wing 2nd edition and the competitive season is about to ramp up. During the reveal of X-wing 2nd edition, we were told that X-wing is going to get its own World Championship event weekend, separate from any other Star Wars games or any other games that FFG does. We also learned two very important pieces of information: the fact that it's going to be in October 2019, and that for the first time ever, it's going to be invite only. So the purpose of our video today is to tell you how to get your hands on one of those invites. There are 4 different ways that you can earn a Worlds invite. The first way you can get a Worlds invite is by being in the top 8 of a System Open main event. The System Open main events use the extended list building format. The second way is through the Hyperspace Qualifiers. Now, before we go too far, I want to address all of the different events that have hyperspace before it. If you hear the word hyperspace before it, all that means is that that event requires the current hyperspace list building rules. So there's going to be a couple other hyperspace things we're going to talk about it. If it makes it easier for you, just go ahead, drop that hyperspace title, and just call it qualifiers if that makes it easier for you, but I'll be using the full title. In order to get your invite for the hyperspace qualifiers, what you got to do is these events are 5 or 6 rounds, depending on how much time they have, and whoever's undefeated after those 5 or 6 rounds gets an invite. Now, there is a little bit of confusion surrounding these events because of a mistake that FFG's made. For instance, if we take a look at the Adepticon sign-up board, you'll notice that under the events, there is no Hyperspace Qualifier listed, but there's something called a Hyperspace Trial. Now, if we look at the description, you see that the description matches what FFG calls on their System Open website Hyperspace Qualifiers. I know that these say trials, but they're not actually trials, they're actually qualifiers. So a little bit of an oopsie from FFG, but understand these follow the Hyperspace Qualifier rules. The third way is Hyperspace Trials, the actual Hyperspace Trials. These are regional level events, very similar to what you would go to in a specific city regional, and only the winner of a Hyperspace Trial gets a Worlds invite. The Hyperspace Trials are going to be divided into 2 separate cycles. So if your store applied for one, they're either going to be assigned March through June, which will follow the current hyperspace building rules, or September through December, which is going to end up being a second cycle that uses an updated hyperspace list building rules. These events are going to be run like normal Swiss tournaments, and again, the winner of the trials will be getting that Worlds invite. The fourth and final way you can get yourself a Worlds invite is by being in the top 2 at a Hyperspace Cup. Now, what are these? These are national level events, and while none have been officially announced by any convention, I would suspect, and it just kind of naturally falls in line, that these are going to be things like Gen Con, the Nova Open, I would suspect various countries, nationals, and the European Championships to be labeled as Hyperspace Cups. Hyperspace Cups are essentially just larger hyperspace trials, but when they're labeled Cups, the top 2 players at these events are going to be getting that Worlds invite. So in summary, how do we get that Worlds invite? Top 8 at a System Open main event, undefeated at the end of a Hyperspace Qualifier, win a Hyperspace Trial, or be in the top 2 of a Hyperspace Cup. Subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our coverage of any of these qualifying events that we might be covering, as well as future quick tip videos, and consider becoming a patron to receive awesome swag like this. Please hit that like button and keep those suggestions for future quick tip videos coming. If you pre-ordered Gold Squadron merch, it is already on the way to you in the mail. Look for your confirmation number. It should be in your email. If you don't have it, hit me up. I did order some extras. They're going to be available in limited supply on our website in limited sizes, so you can go ahead and pick those up starting Friday, January 11th. My name's Dion Morales. Gold Squadron